Are you tired of scrolling through endless Netflix categories only to find nothing that catches your eye? Well, fret no more! In this video, we're diving deep into the world of Netflix original films to bring you the definitive list of the top 16. We've got something for everyone, from action-packed thrillers to heartwarming comedies and everything in between. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to find your next movie night masterpiece.
When I first saw him, I knew then this was the master for me.
The White Tiger is a story of ambition, class struggle, and dark humor. Balram, a poor villager in India, dreams of escaping his circumstances. He sees himself as a white tiger, a rare and powerful individual destined for greatness. A chance encounter lands him a job as a chauffeur for Ashok, the wealthy son of a powerful landlord. Balram navigates the world of the rich, witnessing their privilege and corruption. He hatches a plan to break free from his subservient role, employing cunning and ruthlessness to achieve his goals. The film explores themes of poverty, social hierarchy in modern India, and the desperation that can drive people to extreme actions. It's a darkly comedic tale of one man's fight for a better life, regardless of the cost.
Everything okay in there, baby?
I'm just an average man with an average life.
The Acclaimed Tyrone is a sci-fi comedy thriller with a dash of social commentary. The story kicks off in a neglected neighborhood, the Glen, where strange things are happening. We meet our unlikely heroes, Fontaine, a down-on-his-luck fellow, Slick Charles, a flamboyant pimp, and Yo-Yo, a streetwise escort. Their lives collide when Fontaine discovers a man who looks exactly like him. This sparks a bizarre mystery that leads them down a rabbit hole of government conspiracies, corporate greed, and yes, even cloning. The film blends humor and suspense, with a visual style reminiscent of 1970s blaxploitation films. As the trio investigates, they uncover a dark secret about the purpose behind the clones and the forces that control their fate. While the sci-fi elements might get a bit wacky, the underlying story tackles themes of identity, community, and fighting back against a system that doesn't care. It's a wild ride with strong performances, especially from the lead actors, that will keep you entertained while making you think.
I'll be out your atmosphere. Let's get it, man. We're on.
Society of the Snow is a survival drama based on the true story of Uruguayan rugby team's fight for life after their plane crashes in the Andes in 1972. The film follows the team as their chartered flight crumbles on a glacier, leaving a handful of survivors stranded in a brutal and unforgiving environment. As days turn into weeks, the survivors grapple with dwindling supplies, harsh weather, and the emotional toll of the tragedy. Facing starvation, the group is forced to consider the unthinkable, resorting to cannibalism to stay alive. The story explores the depths of human resilience, the power of friendship, and the desperate measures people take when faced with unimaginable circumstances. The film is directed by Jay Bayona and features a cast of mostly unknown Uruguayan and Argentinian actors.
Can you see it? We need to try.
Roma follows Cleo, an indigenous live-in housekeeper for a middle-class family in 1970s Mexico City. The film chronicles a pivotal year in Cleo's life as she navigates an unplanned pregnancy after being abandoned by her boyfriend, while also supporting the family she works for as they face their own turmoil, including the separation of the parents. As Cleo's personal life becomes increasingly complicated, the family decides to take a beach vacation, where a dramatic incident occurs that brings the family together and allows Cleo to find solace. The film is a deeply personal and visually stunning portrait of Cleo's life, as well as the social and political upheaval happening around her in 1970s Mexico.
They're here!
I just don't want to find myself at 50 in some block association meeting trying to prevent the opening of a new bar.
Private Life is a comedic drama following Richard and Rachel, a New York couple in their 40s struggling with infertility. They desperately want a child and are willing to explore various options, from in vitro fertilization to adoption. The film explores the emotional and financial strain infertility treatments put on their relationship. As they delve deeper into the world of assisted reproduction, they encounter awkward situations and frustrations. The pressure to conceive threatens to overshadow other aspects of their lives and marriage. Adding another layer to their challenges, Richard's past re-enters the picture when a young woman they previously met comes back into their lives. This forces them to confront new possibilities and the complexities of parenthood.
You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Dreams are nothing more than wishes.
25 years since our first run together.
The Power of the Dog is a psychological drama set in 1925 Montana. It tells the story of the wealthy Burbank brothers, Phil and George. Phil is a menacing rancher with a dark past, while George is gentle and mild-mannered. George falls for and marries Rose, a widow with a son named Peter. Peter is a sensitive young man, clashes with the harsh masculinity Phil embodies. Phil torments Rose and Peter, especially due to Peter's perceived effeminacy. The film explores themes of masculinity, resentment, and the complexities of family. As the story unfolds, hidden desires and long-held grudges come to light, leading to a surprising and suspenseful conclusion.
Black GI, is it fair to serve more than the white Americans that sent you here? Nothing is more confused.
The Five Bloods tells the story of 4 African-American veterans who returned to Vietnam decades after the war. The veterans, once a tight squad calling themselves the Bloods, are on a mission. They want to recover the remains of their fallen squad leader, Norman, and a hidden stash of gold they buried during their service. The film goes back and forth between the past, showing the Bloods' experiences in the war, and the present, following their journey in Vietnam. They face new challenges as they navigate the changed landscape, confront old ghosts, and deal with the complexities of their own histories. Directed by Spike Lee, The Five Bloods is more than just a treasure hunt movie. It explores themes of race, war, and the lingering effects of the Vietnam War on these veterans' lives.
And that means knowing exactly who I am in business with.
We needed a miracle. And then we got one. This beautiful and special...
Okja tells the story of Mija, a young South Korean girl who raises a giant, genetically modified super pig named Okja. Their peaceful life is disrupted when the Mirando Corporation, which created Okja, takes her away to New York City. Determined to save her beloved friend, Mija sets out on a rescue mission that throws her into the middle of a conflict between animal rights activists and the powerful meat industry. The film explores themes of friendship, environmentalism, and the ethics of genetic modification. It blends heartwarming moments between Mija and Okja with action and suspense as Mija fights to save Okja from a cruel fate.
This is dedicated to the one I love. This is dedicated.
Violence is part and parcel of country life. I learned how to stitch up a bleeding wound, load and fire a shotgun. My hands did these things, but I was never easy in my mind.
Mudbound tells the story of 2 families in rural Mississippi after World War II. One family, the McCalls, are white sharecroppers. The other, the Jacksons, are black tenant farmers. Both families struggle with the harsh realities of the land and the deep racism of the South. The film centers on the experiences of 2 veterans, Jamie McCall, a white man haunted by PTSD, and Ronsell Jackson, a black man who faces prejudice despite his service. Through their perspectives, we see how the war has left them both scarred, and how racism creates a different kind of battleground on their home soil. As the families' lives become intertwined, Mudbound explores themes of perception, empathy, and the struggle to overcome prejudice. It's a story about the resilience of the human spirit in the face of hardship and the possibility of finding connection even in the most unlikely places.
When I think of the farm, I think of mud. I dreamed in brown.
Way down in the water.
A one, a two, a you know what to do. This be an empty world without the blues.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, set in 1927 Chicago, and centers around a tense recording session for the legendary blues singer, Ma Rainey. The drama unfolds as Ma Rainey's strong will clashes with those around her. Her band members, particularly the ambitious trumpeter Levy Green, have their own dreams and frustrations bubbling just beneath the surface. Levy's desire for creative control and recognition creates friction within the band, especially as Ma Rainey refuses to budge on how her music will be played. As the recording session heats up, so do the personal conflicts, exposing the complex dynamics of race, art, ownership, and ambition within the black music industry of the era.
Mank, it's Orson Welles.
Of course it is.
Mank is a biographical drama that dives into the life of screenwriter Herman J. Mankiewicz during the 1930s and 1940s. The film focuses on a specific period, Mankiewicz's tumultuous development of the screenplay for Citizen Kane, the legendary 1941 film. While racing to meet the deadline, the alcoholic and sharp-tongued Mankiewicz clashes with powerful figures in Hollywood. The story unfolds through flashbacks, revealing his past experiences and offering a scathing critique of the golden age of Hollywood, where wealth and glamour mask corruption and manipulation. Mank is not just about Citizen Kane's creation. It's a portrayal of Mankiewicz as a complex and talented writer battling his own demons against the backdrop of a disillusioning industry and a looming war.
Are you familiar with the parable of the organ grinder's monkey?
Frank Sheeran. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you said right.
Under the contract, management can only fire a driver on very specific charges. So,
The Irishman tells the story of Frank Sheeran, an aging World War II vet who becomes a hitman for the Buffalino crime family. Played by Robert De Niro, Frank gets tangled with the powerful union leader Jimmy Hoffa and the mob schemes. The film explores Frank's life as he navigates the world of organized crime, working for both Buffalino and Hoffa. It delves into the murky truth behind the disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa, a real-life mystery that has captivated the public for decades. While the story unfolds, the film also reflects on the toll violence and a life of crime take on Frank. It's a gangster film with a heavy dose of regret and the consequences of a life lived on the fringes.
It's gonna happen. Either way, he's going.
Taking me to see basketball or bare-knuckle boxing? We do everything.
I'm Stanley Sugarman. I'm a scout for the 76ers.
Hustle tells the story of Stanley Sugarman, a down-on-his-luck scout for the NBA. Disillusioned and facing career roadblocks, Stanley stumbles upon a hidden gem, Bo Cruz, a talented but undisciplined player in Spain. Recognizing Bo's potential, Stanley takes a chance and commits to training him for the NBA draft. Their journey is filled with challenges. Stanley, eager to prove himself, pushes Bo hard. Bo, with his own demons and a desire to provide for his family, grapples with the pressure. They face skepticism from the NBA establishment and a potential betrayal that threatens Bo's future. Hustle is a sports drama with comedic elements. It explores themes of second chances, dedication, and the bond between mentor and student. It's a story about overcoming obstacles and achieving dreams, both on and off the basketball court.
This is all for you, pal.
It's for us.
Okay, it's for us.
Hello! Oh my God!
Crew, we've arrived. Disruptors have assembled.
Tech billionaire Miles Braun invites his friends, including a governor, scientist, fashion designer, men's rights activist, and his former business partner Andy, to his private Greek island for a weekend getaway. However, Andy is found dead before the trip, and her concerned sister Helen hires Detective Benoit Blanc to investigate. As the weekend progresses, it's revealed that each guest is being blackmailed over a secret from their past. Blanc deduces that Miles killed Andy because she was suing him for stealing her idea for his latest product, which is dangerously flawed. The group tries to cover up the crime, but Blanc outsmarts them and exposes the truth. The film is a standalone sequel to Knives Out, with Daniel Craig reprising his role as Blanc.
This is not real. This is not real. This is not real. This isn't happening.
Don't Look Up is a dark comedy film that follows two astronomers, played by Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. They make the horrifying discovery of a comet on a direct collision course with Earth, which will cause extinction in just 6 months. The film becomes a social satire as they attempt to warn the public through the media. Their efforts are met with apathy, denial, and self-promotion by politicians, celebrities, and the media itself, which is more concerned with ratings and celebrity gossip than the impending doom. The story becomes an allegory for climate change, highlighting humanity's struggle to take decisive action in the face of a global crisis. It's a funny and frightening film that uses humor to critique our societal priorities.
Hurry! It's way towards Earth!
Can you see it?
I did have the FBI put that bag over your head. They don't do that. The CIA does, but I made them do it.
You know, I had a feeling.
Beasts of No Nation follows Egu, a young boy living in a West African village during a brutal civil war. As the conflict intensifies, Egu is separated from his family, fleeing for safety. Tragically, he witnesses his father's death at the hands of rebel soldiers. Alone and vulnerable, Egu is forced to join a group of fighters led by the ruthless commandant. Here, innocence is shattered as Egu is pressured and groomed into a child soldier. The film depicts the horrors of war through Egu's eyes, showcasing the violence, drug use, and psychological manipulation these young fighters endure. Despite the harsh realities, the story also portrays glimpses of Egu's lost childhood through his memories of family life. The film is a harrowing look at the devastating impact of war on children, particularly their forced participation in the conflict.
I just want to be happy in this life.
Alright everyone, that's it for our top 16 Netflix original films. I hope this video helped you find your next cinematic adventure. If you enjoyed this list, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more movie content. Remember, there are countless fantastic films on Netflix waiting to be discovered, so keep exploring and happy watching!